Y'all, I cannot think of another time when this much random, crazy shit happened at the same time in basketball. Holy cow. There's a whole lot of small little things that weren't really worth doing a full video on, so I'm going to cover them all right here. Alright, James Harden is going to be at the end, but let me get the other ones out of the way. First of all, y'all saw that Gonzaga UCLA game? I don't watch college basketball, but the game happened to be on after the Sixers game a few days ago, and I was like, what the hell? I'll watch the end of it. It's a semifinal game, and then the score's really close. I'll watch it, and it goes to overtime, and the whole overtime it was back and forth, and then I thought it was going to a second overtime. I'm sure you all did too, and then Jalen Suggs came out there and freaking hit that game winner. Absolutely insane. One of the greatest game winners I've ever seen in my life. What a fantastic game. It's a shame Gonzaga went out and just kind of crapped the bed against Baylor the next game, but it is how it is. It is how it is. It was a sad ending, but what an incredible game it was before then. Skip Bayless, of course, is going off on Twitter about how it was a lucky shot because he just needs something to be salty about. I don't understand. Skip Bayless, he's stupid. But while Skip Bayless is probably going to be around giving terrible NBA takes and just generally pissing off LeBron James until the end of time, there is one NBA analyst, and I say analyst with quotation marks here, one NBA analyst who we thankfully no longer have to deal with. Paul Pierce has been fired, and holy crap, is this the funniest thing I think has ever happened in NBA media. What the fuck did this man think was going to happen when he posted that video? I legitimately question if he was trying to get fired, because then he tweets the next morning, he tweets good morning later, and then he says everything's fine, and he's laughing, and it's like, what is happening? The man posted videos of himself with strippers and smoking a cigar and clearly blazed out of his mind. I don't understand. I don't understand, but my goodness, is it funny. I was legitimately, laughing my butt off when I saw clips from that video. I don't know what was going through this man's head. We all know that he's not the brightest guy, but I can't think of the last time I saw an NBA media analyst screw up that badly. I feel like the last time somebody screwed up on this extent would be when Stephen A. Smith said something about hitting women 5 years ago. Insanity. Absolute insanity. And I'm so happy he got fired. Once in a while he's a good take, but for the most part he's just annoying as hell. Now, fingers crossed, Kendrick Perkins goes and snorts crack off of someone, and he gets fired too, because my goodness do I hate listening to Kendrick Perkins. But that's a video for another time, alright? Those are some small things. College basketball is actually a big thing for most people, but I don't follow it, so it's a small thing for me. Fantastic game. Paul Pierce fired. Just hilarious situation. James Harden, however, has hurt his hamstring once again. First of all, need to come out here real quick and say, New York Knicks, how the fuck did you lose with no KD, no James Harden, no Blake Griffin, no 3 other players? Just Kyrie Irving. The team is literally just Kyrie Irving and Joe Harris and LaMarcus Aldridge, and you lost. You freaking suck. Okay? Now with that out of the way, the Nets won that game, but at the cost of James Harden's hamstring, which apparently did not heal fully. Who knows how long he's going to be out now? It could be a few more games. It could even be a few weeks, depending on how serious they think it might be, because they really want to keep him healthy for the playoffs. Now, the Nets are saying that Kevin Durant may come back at the end of the week, but we don't really know. So this team is now injury-ridden as hell, which would normally be a big problem for a team who's barely holding on to the first seed over the Sixers. Unfortunately for me, that is, as a Sixers fan, the Nets have the easiest freaking schedule in the NBA for the rest of the season. They play the Pelicans, and they play the Lakers without LeBron James, and then they play the Timberwolves. They have the softest schedule remaining in the league, so they're probably going to keep winning. Frustrates the hell out of me, but this just keeps going back to what I've been saying all season. You can't have a team like this with all these injuries and players getting hurt, but the team's still doing well, and then expect them to all come together and play great basketball in the playoffs. Chemistry for this team is going to be fucked come the postseason. I fully believe that. And Nets fans can keep calling me dumb as much as they want, but I'm not going to change my opinion unless I see the evidence, and I have not. Alright, you've got a ton of players who want the ball on this team and who should be getting the ball on a normal team, but just can't because there's 6 dudes who have arguably a reason to be taking about 10 plus shots a game, if you really think Blake Griffin's still on that level. Same thing with LaMarcus Aldridge. Because Gary Harris, Joe Harris, Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant, and James Harden all definitely should be. Even if Joe Harris is towards the low end, man's an absolute sniper. He needs his shots. I just can't see Kevin Durant and James Harden and Kyrie all playing well together when they do come back. I'm just real sus of this team. That's all I gotta say. I'm really, really suspicious of how this team's chemistry is going to work, and I do not believe in them in the playoffs. I could see them losing to the Bucks. I could see them losing to the Sixers. I could even see them losing to the Miami Heat in the second round if that is the matchup. I don't see this team making the conference finals, or specifically, I do not see this team making the NBA Finals, but we'll have to wait and see. You know, they keep winning, and at some point, even someone as incredibly doubtful of this roster as I am, you gotta, winning over everything. Eventually, you gotta kind of believe in the wins, and the wins show. So hands off to the Brooklyn Nets. Hats off to the Brooklyn Nets. Hats off to Steve Nash, Kyrie Irving, James Harden. They've really carried this team that is not very good, specifically on the defensive end. So we'll have to wait and see. They're starting to scare me a little bit, but I definitely need to see the whole team play together for a little while and in the playoffs before I'm going to give, with any confidence, let you know that I believe in them. But that is the news for right now, the NBA news over the last couple days. I hope you all enjoyed this video. I didn't want to make like a full video on any of these topics, but I thought it was good to just kind of lump them all together here, so I do hope you enjoyed. Thank you all for watching. Please like the video and subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed. I would really appreciate it, and have a great rest of your day.